toot. Welcome back to Lindale Station. I'm Ashton.
I'm Alan. I almost said I'm Ashton.
Well, it'd be kind of awkward
because everyone already says that we are each other.
Yeah, it's the beard. It's the beard. But we're in for another doozy today.
Another doozy. Some might even say a dollop of doozy.
But no Wordle because we're terrible people and we did it right after midnight and waiting.
I have such horrible self-restraint, and I'm so desperate for things to keep me awake when I'm rocking my son back to sleep at night that Wordle just, there's not really a replacement. And I didn't even think when I did it this morning. When I got done, though, I was like, oh, dang.
So I do want to give a small, sorry shout-out. Not that these individuals are sorry, but that I am apologetic toward this. That Eric's two oldest, they listened to the podcast last week, and they basically thought that I was calling them dumb because they didn't have an expansive vocabulary. And so I'll give them this.
It's not his fault he can't read.
They have gotten so much better at Wordle. They're getting
That's good, boys.
Like 3 and 4 guesses, and with under 4 minutes.
Good job. We, both of us, are so proud of you.
I'm going to return the dictionary I bought them for Valentine's Day.
Thesaurus. We really should just take away Google from them, because I will say this, because Ashton's not going to. If you are playing Wordle and you are looking up words while playing that contain the letters that are available, that's cheating. If you want to study while you're not playing,
right?
If you want to take some time when you're not playing to say, man, I just want to just become more fluent in 5-letter words, that's fair game. But once you start playing, it's just you and the keyboard. That's it. Just you and powerlanguage.co.uk or whatever the URL is. It's just you.
I mean, I got to thinking about this, it literally is just 5-letter Scrabble. Mm-hmm. Imagine if, wake up tomorrow, the internet goes away. How many people are going to actually open up their Scrabble board game at home, pull out the tiles, and try and create their own Wordle? I feel like the game is dead at that point.
Well, but how many people now, when they play Scrabble on summer vacation at a lake house, how many young teenagers are going to be like, oh, this is a lot like Wordle?
There's an app for it on their iPad. They don't even carry the board game anymore. But no Wordle today. But what we do have coming up, this coming Sunday, we are minus a week away. We're 5 days until the Cincinnati Joe Burrows lose to the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, man. So that could very well happen. And I stand by the fact that I will be happy with the outcome, barring severe injury or something horrible. I will be happy because I'm just so happy that Joe Burrow's here.
Right.
And I'm just so happy that the talk of the NFL and the talk of the sports world this week is you kind of throw everything out the window with Joe Burrow. They have the best defensive line, the Rams, that they're going to be going against.
Absolutely.
But it's Joe Burrow. You've got the best defensive back in football, but it's Jamar Chase. And you want to say eventually it's going to catch up to him, but it just hasn't.
Right.
So that's the thing that I'm going into the game with, is just that they're not supposed to be here. Nothing logically would put them here. So I can't use logic to approach what I think the outcome of the game is going to be.
Well, you can use this, though, that Joe, this I saw on ESPN tweet, is the second most common first name of quarterbacks to play in a Super Bowl, and the most common name was Tom.
And that was one man.
And it was one man.
Yeah, so it's Joe Flacco, Joe Montana, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Was Joe Theismann one of those? I'm not sure.
He might have been in the
Maybe.
mix.
And then you got Tom Brady. But you know who they're saying could be the next Tom Brady? They're saying Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow doesn't say that about himself. He says,
He's humbled.
He says, I just want to be Joe Burrow.
With his real diamonds, though.
With his real diamonds. He makes
diamonds.
Too much money for it to be fake diamonds.
He's humble, but he's also allowed to show his wealth.
So I appreciate, honestly, getting off of that a little bit. I appreciate not a false humility. because I'm all for being humble. I believe Scripture calls us to be humble. I believe that we were supposed to humble ourselves before man, before the Lord, and that we should humble ourselves before our fellow man. Absolutely. But I also believe that we're called to be like honest and transparent. And you have so many like filthy rich millionaire athletes who like kind of had this facade of false humility. And Joe Burrow's just like, look, of course
Yeah.
they're real. You all know what my rookie contract was. You all know how much money is in my bank account right now. Of course these are real.
Yeah, I mean there's a YouTube series that GQ does with rookies.
How
and
they
like
spent
how
their
they
first
spend their first
million.
million. And
My
I don't think they've
gosh.
done one with Joe Burrow yet, but some ones like they did with like Justin Jefferson and a few of the other guys, and I'm just like I'm impressed first off. Like I think Jalen Hurts, like he has hired someone to help him decide where his money goes, but he also like spent like almost 100K on like a family's Christmas and like their year's mortgage or something along those lines. Like good for him giving back, but like I'm thinking even 10 years ago,
Yeah.
these rookie contracts were spent the second they signed them, and
But if you
now
think 10 years ago, they were also double and triple what the contracts are now.
right.
I forget what year it was, but now with the limit on first round contracts, a number one overall pick makes right at $30 million. He can't make more than that.
Right at 30 million. Like that's just
I know,
peasants' money.
I know. But if you look at like who was it? Quarterback from Oklahoma.
Um,
I know Jamarcus Russell signed somewhere like $65 million in his rookie deal and never got another contract in the NFL. But he's like
right. Yeah.
super wealthy and set up now. I assume he's super wealthy, but he had all that money. Golly, what was his name? Quarterback from Oklahoma. I will think of the name. It'll be on screen right here, or I will voice dub it in right here.
Sam Bradford.
There it was. I told you what the name was. I cannot think of it. Oh my gosh. He played for the Rams. He had a huge contract as well, somewhere in the $60 million range. But yeah, they would still somehow spend $60 million.
Yeah. I mean, they've purchased 1, 2, 3 houses, an entire car lot's worth of cars, and then the closets are filled at every house, and then all of a sudden, taxes hit them, and they're struggling. But like, I mean, like now the money is being spent for like personal health and like a nutritionist, and like I want to say what Jalen Hurts and LeBron both spend just under like $1 million a year on like back massages, acupuncture, and like ice baths.
I could do all of that for free.
Oh, absolutely.
I would stick needles. They'd be from a sewing kit, but I could stick needles in you. I could go to the gas station and get bags of ice. I could do it all for free. I would charge $500,000 to them.
Okay.
They wouldn't have to approach it.
That is a 50% discount. Like that's solid.
I will cut that in half for you because if you're as smart as businessman as Ashton says you are, then you should be looking for ways to save money. I will save you money. If nothing else, I will save you money.
Well, so thinking of free things, saving you money. Free thing our students can do. You're having a Super Bowl party on Sunday.
Super Bowl party. Hopefully, if you're listening to this will be coming out before the Super Bowl party. It will be Sunday at 6 p.m. It's open to students and their entire families, whether you've got younger siblings, older siblings, your parents, whoever it is. We're going to have free food, hamburgers, hot dogs. Pam Blankenship's making her special chili. If you were at the bonfire we had last year, it was a huge hit, so that chili will be there again. She is actually going to be making venison chili with deer that my father killed, so that's pretty cool. You're going to have some Louisiana venison.
Did he kill it or did he harvest it? Because I feel like that's the phrase now. He
Killt. He killed
He
it.
killed it.
No, yeah, that is appropriate. He harvested this venison, and now is going to be going to feed all of us, which I just think is really cool. Kind of connects my dad back into this party that we're having. So we're going to have hamburgers, hot dogs, chili, a dessert competition. We're going to give away prizes. There's going to be door prizes that you have a chance to win just for coming and filling out a little bit of information, basically just your name and who you are. You're going to have a chance to win. We're going to have some trivia that'll give you another chance to win some prizes, and a dessert competition that's going to have a chance to win some prizes. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a really fun night. Regardless of the outcome of the game, I really am looking forward to this night. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
It's definitely going to be a lot of fun. You see, regardless of the outcome of the game, like we kind of already we voiced our opinions on what we think this is going to be a week ago.
Yeah,
but we know that this outcome, win or lose, I think this is going to be.
Well, you actually thought this was going to be the Rams and the Chiefs,
right? But I still said the Rams were going to take it all the way. So like my dog is still in the game. Didn't want to say in the fight because that might be offensive. But legitimately, my dog, my very own University of Georgia, Matt Stafford,
Batty Stafford.
Yeah, he's still slinging it. He's gonna be rocking out. I still believe Cooper Kupp's gonna have his 12 plus receptions, 140 yards, touchdown, and be snubbed on the MVP for the game, but it'll be okay.
I don't know if he can be snubbed for the MVP if he's on the losing team.
Oh.
Look, I've told you I cannot logically approach this game because all the logic points one direction, but except for one piece of logic, that the Bengals have consistently won against the spread. They've won against picks. They've won games as the underdog all year.
Right.
They were picked to finish 4th in their division at the beginning of the year. They're all the Pro Football Focus roster rating tools. All of them said they had the 4th most talented roster in their division going into the season. Now they're in the Super Bowl. They won their division. They won their conference. They beat the Chiefs 2 times in a month.
Right.
Made Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes had one good game out of the 2, and that's if you combine both first halves.
Right.
He also had a horrible game if you combine each second half.
And they overcame the dreaded coin toss.
Yeah, absolutely. They overcame what others couldn't. They have just won consistently when it didn't make sense. But it's so crazy that they're still being counted out. Most experts are just going with the Rams, and I completely get it. But Joe Burrow has just made them look foolish all year. So I feel as if it would be foolish for me to think that would just not happen again. So I'm putting logic aside, and I'm going with my heart. I'm thinking it's going to be the Bengals, and I think the Bengals are going to win by 10 points.
Okay. So Bengals are winning by 10. I've said how I think Cooper Kupp's going to do. Obviously, if he's being successful, Stafford's will be successful. Now that all of the teams are picked, the only thing we don't know are how long the national anthem is going to go for and what uniforms they're going to be wearing, which I've seen some really cool concepts for those. But
we do know what uniforms they're going to wear. They put it out.
Did they do it this morning?
No, it's been in the last few days. If you look at the team's Twitter accounts, they've posted what they're wearing. We'll put them on the screen here. I'll put a picture of the quarterbacks.
Yesterday morning, concept of what maybe it was what people wanted them to wear.
Right, like if the Bengals went all white with the white helmet and
they had
stripes.
They had a solid black uni for the Rams, and that was clean.
So black and white are the colors. The Bengals are wearing black jerseys with white pants, orange tights or socks. The Rams, I believe, are wearing all white,
which is a good sign because the team that normally wears white typically wins.
We'll see. We'll see. But I do think it's going to be really cool because this was a sneaky bad uniform game. Going into it, the colors had a potential to look
really rough.
Really rough.
Really rough.
But I think both teams, just Bengals going with their traditional black, them going traditional white. I think that's the better matchup than if you were to have their blue or that kind of off cream that they had. I don't know. I still think it could have been cool if the Rams wore their blue.
Yeah.
The Bengals wore their orange alternate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Super Bowl. Let them wear it, but I think that would have been cool to see. But I think the black and white.
So you've got Bengals by 10. I'm gonna go for the Vegas money here. Rams by 17.
Wow.
And I'll be completely wrong next week. But right now, my heart is saying Rams by 17.
Look, because if the Rams are winning by 17, then that means that my heart is detached a little bit from the game by the fourth quarter. So Super Bowl party might be ending a little early if they're losing by 17.
You're going to find Allen in the corner with the
Call
bowl
your
of
parents.
venison chili, and he's just going to be...
Call your ride. Get them here.
Well, all right, so thinking about chili and food, First off, I haven't gone to lunch today, so I'm a little hungry. So
Whoops.
it is something that whenever I think of food, it's not even the matter of like what I'm gonna dip it in, where I'm gonna order it from. All foods can be broken into categories, and I'm not talking about proteins, vegetables, fruits, grains. 3 categories.
Okay.
All foods are either a sandwich, a salad, or a soup.
Huh. Huh.
So if you pick a food, I can tell you if it's a sandwich, a salad, or a soup.
Okay. We'll go with Olive Garden,
Okay.
which you would think, oh, it's going to be, Alan, you're making it really easy on me. A breadstick.
A breadstick's a sandwich.
Why?
Bread. Easy. Done.
But doesn't the sandwich need to have something inside of the bread?
It does. Deliciousness.
Oh.
No, so the breadstick itself is a component of the sandwich, so it's a part of bread. Now, you take a sandwich and you can dip a sandwich in oil, or you can dip it in other sauces, things like that. It wouldn't fall under the context of a soup or a salad, so therefore it's a sandwich.
Okay. Well, I know in this scenario, I think one of the ones that people go to a lot would then be like cereal.
Cereal, it's a salad.
Cereal's a salad.
Until you add the milk.
Then
Cereal by itself, dry cereal, it's a salad.
But then you add the milk.
You add the milk and it becomes a soup.
Cold breakfast soup.
Yep, it's a soup then.
Okay, so what is something that you think would be a really interesting salad?
An interesting salad.
Like, what is a food item that's a salad that people would go, no, you're wrong?
Like lasagna. Lasagna's a salad.
How is it not a soup?
There's no liquid involved. It's not a soup. There's not a broth. Think about a salad. A salad is a bunch of ingredients tossed together, right? So you have your cheese, you have your meat, you have the tomatoes.
Lasagna is a sandwich.
You could put it as a sandwich, but I would consider it as a salad because how I would typically eat it.
Huh.
You wouldn't pick a salad up with your hands and like. I mean,
Yeah.
you could.
Popcorn.
Popcorn?
Yes, it's a salad.
It's a salad.
This is really bothering me.
It's like a taco.
Sandwich?
It'd be a sandwich. But you take away the shell,
It's a salad.
it's a salad.
Popsicle.
All right. So,
Like ice cream.
ice cream would be a soup.
Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
So you have popsicle at that point. Popsicle's tough because it's definitely not a sandwich. And so you have to eliminate it down. Is it a soup or is it a salad? Well, what defines a salad? In its base form, a salad would be like the leaf lettuce, like one single ingredient. And so you would add other things to it. Well, we're not adding anything to the popsicle. But a soup is still a soup through its entirety of its phase.
A soup is still a soup.
That's a great. We should make a song on that one now. The popsicle I would classify as a soup in its unprepared state.
It's like leftover soup at your grandmother's house, frozen in a gallon bag. Just this time it's in like those individual tall, skinny plastic wrappers that would cut the inside of your mouth a little bit.
Yeah, and it's purple.
Oh my gosh!
I've never seen a purple soup.
Purple soup. Well, that's definitely like a brain twister.
Yeah. So next time you're sitting at the dinner table, and you look over and you see little John Calvin and Annie and they're eating something, and you're just like, huh? Is that a soup? Is that a
I know what my Wordle attempt tomorrow is going to be.
Salad.
Salad.
Well, that's 2 A's.
I know, but hey, how many times have there been 2 letters, 2 of the same vowel?
That's
true. It just yesterday, wasn't it?
With elder, yeah.
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 So I'm going to try it. Salad. Because it's 2 of the same vowel, but it's 3 different consonants.
You might be onto something.
I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, we're on something.
Man. So, okay, well, there's our, we flexed our brain muscles a little bit, kind of in a negative direction than how we did last week with Wordle. What does your next few weeks look like at the church?
So we are, like this coming Sunday, we have an interest meeting for CentriKid, so that's for our second, third, fourth, and fifth grade kids. We've got coming up early March. We'll have a VBS clinic that we're hosting for the Georgia Baptist Convention, and getting ready for our family March Nerf night, which is like middle of March. But like before all of those things even happen, the students have something coming up. It's pretty big. Like it's a pretty heavily busy ordeal weekend.
You might even say that we're on a course,
Like a crash course?
more like a collision course.
A collision course.
We're on a collision course for Collide, which is our countywide D-Now coming up at the end of the month. This is my first time doing Collide since I moved to Georgia. Pretty excited about it. Excited for that weekend. It's kind of hard for me, and I'm sure it's hard for many of our students and parents to kind of look past the event that's coming this weekend. But then we're just gonna have 2 weeks to go once we get past the Super Bowl party before Collide is here. So I'm super excited about it. Just being honest, I think it's going to be great. I think God chooses to use retreats and D-Nows. There's nothing really special about them, but for whatever reason, God chooses to use those to speak into students' lives, and I am really excited for it. I'm excited to see what God's going to do. I'm excited to spend some time with other believers from our county, and then spend plenty of time just with our people here. So I'm super pumped about that. And then as we wrap up Collide, the next week we're going to have our camp interest meeting.
There you go.
But instead of for CentriKid, it will be for Student Life. And then we kind of shift towards April. Will probably be some fundraising. We're going to have a big fundraiser in April to get ready for said camp. And I'm sure you'll have some fundraisers coming down the pipe as well. So we'll be sure to let you know as those things get here, as those things get closer. Because we love you. We love your kids. We would spend time with them for free. But we can't. I would take them to camp for free if I
Absolutely,
could.
yeah.
But I can't.
Well,
so
we can if enough people
exactly
give to the
right.
fundraising.
That's
so,
exactly right. If these fundraisers pop off enough, then maybe camp will be free. Who knows? We're going to give it our best shot.
But so, I mean, Collide's here. Like it's a big weekend. I mean, it effectively, like, you know how important camp ministry is, and that's my background. Like having what is almost 40 continuous hours of just being around folks your age, but having multiple extended opportunities to have gospel conversations. Do you know what the spiritual direction is for that weekend? Do you know?
We're going to be in Hebrews 12.
Ooh.
And the theme is called Lift Your Eyes. Going from Hebrews 12, maybe verses 1 through 2.
Okay. Is that that's not, no. I was going to say run your race, but that's not right.
Look at us.
God.
A couple of ministers can't remember scripture.
Hey, just like with the quarterback's name, Hebrews 12 will be on screen.
I'm literally just going to put Hebrews 12.
Perfect.
But that was backwards from the way you're looking.
Well, if it's written in Hebrew, it'd be written backwards, right?
It is.
There you go.
Be left to right. Right to left.
Well, so we've got a ton of stuff happening. We got some things to think about. We'll come back together again next week. But is there anything that you want to leave our listeners and viewers, if you're watching this on YouTube, is there anything you want to leave them with today?
Maybe I'll leave you with a fact.
Okay.
All right? Just a fact. Just something to ponder. Just something to think about, and maybe let this fact change your life a little bit. If you were friends with me on Facebook and you saw me post this last night, I technically have a celebrity hairstylist.
Oh.
From Louisiana. This person cuts the hair of the stars. The stars of A&E's Duck Dynasty.
Quack, quack.
Yeah, back home, I met some people last night at Shorter University at the BCM and told them that I was from Monroe, Louisiana. Got to talking. The only trivia about Monroe, Louisiana is that is where Duck Dynasty was filmed. And then the question inevitably becomes, do you know any of the Robertsons, blank Robertson, this Robertson, that Robertson? The answer to that's always no. But I have the same person who cuts my hair is the same one who cuts Sadie's hair. I guess when she's in Louisiana. When she's living in Los Angeles, I'm sure she has someone there, or Prague, or wherever she lives.
So you and Sadie are basically on the same equivalence level, because you're not in Louisiana and you have to schedule your hairdresser like months in advance.
Exactly.
And I imagine she does as well.
I bet she doesn't have nearly as hard of a time. I think she probably just has a beeper, like just press a button and it's like, hey, Russell.
Hey, but she sits in the same chair you sit in.
Probably. Unless there's like a VIP chair. I doubt there would be. But fun little tidbit, I have a celebrity hairstylist. So this hair that needs to be cut is cut by the stars, the hands for the stars, the scissors for the stars, I should say. There's your fun fact. That's something to ponder. Let that change your life.
So, those of you listening out there, I hope you've enjoyed this. We love you. I'm going to close this out in a time of prayer. If you have any prayer requests that you want us to be praying for, message us. Find us on Facebook. You can tell it to us. You can reach us by emailing us at the church at fbclindale.org. You can go and find each of our profiles. We're here to serve you, here to love you, just like with all of our families. And if you're not a part of our church family, check us out on Sunday mornings when we have our live stream for worship. But outside of that, I'm just going to turn to the Lord right now and just thank Him for how wonderful He is and what the day has brought us, but just kind of praying for our families in this community.
Awesome.
Dear Lord, we just come to you today and just thank you for the great and powerful and the mighty things that you have done in our life. But we also thank you for giving your one and only Son. We thank you for the opportunities that you have blessed us with, but also for those that we have no clue about, that you're going to use us to serve and serve through your name, to tell others about you. We remind our students and our kids each and every week that they are loved, and not just by us, but by you, our Creator, our Father. And so we just ask you to continue to lift up our families and our community, those that are just, it's a tough time between COVID. They've got other family things. We've got other families in our church that are sick. We've got kids that are trying to finish off school years. We just want them to know that whatever it is, they can turn to you. We can look to you. We can find your strength through prayer, through Scripture. And we just say thank you. We want to put you before all things. And we just ask of you to use us. Let us be vessels to tell others about you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Lindale Station. Peace out.
See ya.
Girl Scout.